Hey, it's Rob here. It's 4 o'clock now. It's 4:05. I should be disgraced. Not, I'm not sticking to on the hour now. What's going wrong? But basically, all right. First, an explanation to what happened with my hosey camera water majiggy. I can't remember what I called it. It was a pretty long name. It's my ultra super invention that you saw at 3 o'clock. Yeah. What happened was the laptop wasn't attached to anything and it fell through the window and it was balancing on the wheel, and what was happening was all of the water was dripping down the hose pipe, going down to the wheel and straight into the laptop, and so the laptop was in quite bad nick after that and had to be dried out for about half an hour. So that's what happened, if you're wondering. Basically, the water destroyed the laptop is the essential gist of it. Now, I've just been watching some anime to recover from the traumatizing experience that was my Hosey McWater Majiggy camera thing, and it was a romantic anime, and it kind of got me thinking because one of the subjects I was going to do was about love, and because obviously I forgot to do, well, it's not forgot, I just really couldn't be bothered to do my 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock ones. I skipped out the bit at 12 o'clock, and that was about love. And so I thought it was a good idea to revisit it. So instead of whatever jargon would have said, I'm going to talk about love in this episode because now there's this thing, there's this quote, which is that the only people who can truly understand love are those who aren't getting any. And when I say love, I don't mean like, parent, sibling, what the fuck, parent, child love. I'm talking about, like, genuine love here. This is stuff you find in romantic novels and everything else, basically. The stuff that I'm without, that sort of thing. And it's quite interesting because, like, I know I'm probably going to sound like a grumpy old man when I talk about this, because, remember, this is from a guy who hasn't had a girlfriend, who's a complete and utter loner, and who's staying up for 24 hours and every hour doing a video for a project which he doesn't even know if he's even going to be part of due to the 24 videos being so low quality, etc, 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 etc. So, on to the bright side of things. Love. Now, love is complicated, apparently, according to every single film ever. Now, I'm not going to say that it isn't, because again, I have nothing to judge. However, for starters, if you get a girlfriend at 16 or 17 or whatever, or boyfriend if you're a girl watching this, and if you are, thank you for watching this, hooray. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, like, I haven't seen any genuine love before. It always gets dumped or something. I don't know, like, for me, I really can't say much. Remember, like, this is from a guy who knows nothing about how to get a girlfriend. I mean, I don't like the idea of so-called pulling, what they call it, like, just the idea of, you got to go out to get a girl. It's a stupid idea. If anything, I mean, I am one of those people who sort of believes that one day I'll find the one. The one soulmate, the one thing. And so, you think that as a loner, that's impossible, and it probably is. But obviously, lots of people don't know how to get married. It's lovely. Weddings are actually nice ceremonies. I've been to a couple, and they're wonderful. I like wearing the tux. It's nice. But sound like an idiot then. But the thing is that it's like, I kind of, like, what is love? Like, they said there's no chemical formula for love. They said there's nothing for love. But it's just like, I mean, is love something that can be lost? Is love eternal? I mean, there's a lot of things about this. Because I'm gonna refer to nothing because pretty simple one. Romeo and Juliet. This is an incredibly famous story. Shakespeare. Everyone pretty much knows the gist of it. which by the gist I just know, Romeo loves Juliet, or Juliet loves Romeo, depending on how they interpret it. But both love each other, basically. And cough. Wait. That was a sneeze. And so was that. Say bless you. Thank you. Okay, so, now, the idea of that is that love is supposedly eternal, because she pretends she's dead at the end. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. She pretends she's dead at the end, and then he kills himself, and then she's like, "Oh no, I love you," then kills herself with a knife. Just bleh. And I'm just gonna point this out now. Is that really how it works? I can understand being distraught, but for starters, you hardly knew each other. You knew each other 3 days in Verona. Oh no, there's an anime which is based on Romeo and Juliet, which is kind of fantasy. It's much better, trust me. Also, this ending doesn't cop out. I mean, I'm sorry, Shakespeare, you were great. Okay, if you somehow, I don't know how, if you're somehow watching this beyond the grave, good for you. Kind of goes back to my death subject from earlier. Everything leads back to my death subject. It's quite scary. But, yeah, it's probably because it was philosophy and psychology, I guess. But, you wrote Much Ado About Nothing. You wrote Hamlet, for God's sake. And, yeah, here I am thinking about Romeo and Juliet, and it is crap. It's not how it works. Much Ado About Nothing was a much more realistic tale about how life works. Well, love in this case, because obviously love goes through its troubles, except everyone's going to kill each other in the end. Although there is a kind of happily ever after ending to it. I'm not too sure about that, but still, there's troubles and sorts. But what interests me most is this whole idea of love. Is it? I mean, we know it's not something physical and supposedly something mental, but I don't do psychology. I do not know the psychology of so-called love. And although in the end it's pretty simple to think of it as the psychology of the soulmate, because the so-called soulmate is someone who's exactly like you. However, that is not true, because if you think about it, in the end the soulmate needs to be a sort of opposite of you. For example, they could both be optimists, that's fine, you can both do something like that. However, in the end, it usually has to become a case of sadist and hedonist. Sadist and masochist. And, it's because they are two compatibility zones. And, you can be exactly the same as someone in most ways, but, a true soulmate, if you're both sadists, it won't exactly work. And it's kind of a good point if you think about it. They say a soulmate is someone who is basically the same as you, but of the opposite sex. But you don't want someone the same as you, because then it's just talking to you. It's just annoying. I don't want to talk to me. I'm talking to a camera right now and I'm getting annoyed. I mean, look at me. I just, it's quite stupid, the whole idea of soulmates and all that sort of thing. Because, I mean, if it's true, it just means I don't think it's that fate, really. If so-called fate, I really do think that it would be two people will always find each other and something like that, and it's not fate dictates that they break up or something like that. I really do think that, one of the interesting things is does everyone have a soulmate, and is it just that you don't go far enough to find them? And in that case, there's some marriages actually mistakes. And, if you're married and you're watching this, I do not want to offend you, and I hope you have a long and prosperous marriage. If you're divorced, I'm really sorry. Or really grateful. I don't know who you are, so I can't really discuss. But the point is that love is impossible to describe. And I believe a certain fictional book probably puts it best, which is extremely painful, avoid at most costs, or something similar to that. And I don't know. I mean, I'm a guy who hasn't experienced love, and actually not experiencing it is painful enough in itself. But I'm just a guy who's a bit of a loner, so it's kind of fair, and I'm kind of alright with it in a sense. Don't know. Anyway, yeah. So enjoy the videos that I do until hopefully midnight. If I don't collapse, of course, because I am very tired. Okay. Okay. Wake up. Alright. Goodbye. Well, not forever. I mean, I'll be back in an hour or something. So, yeah. See you then.